possible. Green economy. Economy is all about money, how money transact or how this wheel of money runs in a country. But we are talking about green economy. What does it mean? First, when does this term coined? This term called green economy was coined in 1989, and this was in a report for the government of the United Kingdom. And who wrote this report? This was by a group of leading environmental economists, and they gave a blueprint or a framework for a green economy. So I am talking about those environmental economies, that is, those are environmentalists also thinking about the nature and also about the country's economy. So this is the blueprint they created for the government of United Kingdom in 1989, and that is how this word has come. United Nation Environment Program, UNEP, they also define this term or this concept. That is one that results in improved human well-being and social equity. We need social equality. Everyone has to be equal. Along with this, reducing environmental risk and ecological scarcities. That is, the resources are limited. We need to use them wisely. And we have to see also that anything what we are doing, what environmental risk or impacts we are thinking about. For example, low carbon dioxide. We want low carbon. We don't want more carbon dioxide. See, the earth gets light from the sun. So there is absorbed light which earth releases. Now, because of our layering of atmosphere, our earth remains warm. Otherwise, it would be like the poles, North Pole, South Pole, because sunlight never goes there or doesn't reach there. Otherwise, every part of the world will be like that only, right? So we have to use them judiciously, all these resources, and we need to involve people also. Okay, so we need social inclusivity also. This 2011 UNEP has said. So economy or green economy is economic growth, but simultaneously, same time, we have to take care of the environment as well. So what are the different ways of economic growth? What are the say thoughts, vision and techniques? Let us take an example. Factories. If you are building factories, or you can take an example of agriculture. Now we are using chemicals like fertilizers, insecticide, pesticide. We are using everything here because we want more production. People are so many, they want everything. So we have to produce for them. There is a demand, so need supply has to be given. So fertilizers, why not to use the organic fertilizers, vermicompost like this? Because everyone know now almost these fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides, eventually they are in our food chain. They are affecting us. They are affecting flora. They are affecting fauna. They are affecting plants. They are affecting microorganisms. So this is a health hazard. Now people should learn about this, or by the time they know about this, that this is the serious health impact or hazards of these pesticides, insecticides. So they will put pressure on these farmers that if you grow organically, then only we are going to use. Okay. So now these chemicals in slow phase, they will be discarded and the organic things can be used. As I'm saying, demand supply is already there. Because if you demand for organic, they'll give you organic. If you are not demanding, people will produce with any chemical they want. They will use anything for money. So you have to be a great green consumer. So who is a green consumer? Green consumer is that person who is quite concerned about the environment, like the plant, like the soil, pollution, everything. and only purchase those goods or products or services that are economically viable, environment friendly, and eco friendly. For example, take a product with minimum packaging. Take a product which has only the natural ingredients without any preservatives or chemicals. And whatever you are using doesn't cause pollution after using. Land pollution, water pollution, air pollution, it shouldn't cause. So these are very small things a person has to know, understand so that he becomes a green consumer. Components of a green economy.